Yes, the chair. That is your chair, your water, your.
Nice, thank you. That's a cute place.
Except for the getting locked in and out, this place has been good, yeah.
And the chair breaking.
Okay. Yes, it's good at everything, yes.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for being here.
So it was a very great performance yesterday. And how are you doing today? And how is this competition for you?
Well, I'm doing good. I am tired a little bit. It was quite a stressful journey for me to get here. And yeah, I'm very happy with the event. And I just loved the crowd yesterday. Like, at the warm-up, I was just going my circle, and it get to a realization that, like, wow, it was almost full. It was pretty powerful impression.
So we're so excited about this new program. I think seeing what people on the internet were saying, that a lot of people really hope that you keep it. But we also heard that there's a bit of a funny story as to how you came up with a new program about the drive back from Oberstdorf.
Family drives are the best.
So will you tell us about how you came up with the idea for the program, the story?
I think it has quite a bit to do with Steph's mood. That day was very particular. And I don't know, why not? It's more like, I appreciate the challenge a lot. I enjoy, like, I felt a certain reservation about the previous program too, that I think I still struggled, or in a way I needed to maybe grow a little bit more. And I was still not feeling it completely at ease with it. So it was very natural, this desire to, okay, refocus on something else, make this beautiful whatever that was, and then consider coming back to it. But definitely I would love to explore more, because it was very different to skate this competitive version over the exhibition version. So I think there is still quite a bit of a journey to do in also my own perception and feeling of it, because it's a little bit more than just to have like sensation regarding it. It's maybe a little bit more of also finding the very right and like this bright image as I perform, because I had a very strong, this emotional material when I was skating exhibition, and for competition it doesn't exactly suit the same. Even though the approach is somewhat similar, it still has a journey of its personal growth and development. So yeah, yesterday was a bit stressed.
This is also the program that you did in 2018, and then 2018 was along with this, are the highest placements that you've had in World. So when you think about you then in like that year and when you were first skating this Lion King program versus now, do you feel like this is kind of helping you get back to that place, or you're a totally new person? Sorry, there's like 6 questions in that question.
I think I'm a new person, and I also think it somewhat helps, because I really like call it the spirit of the program. It really sets a very strong yet easy the mood, and at the same time it brings back those positive emotions, positive memories that come from these when I was younger. So it does definitely help somewhat, but I also feel it's very different today than what it used to be. and well, if not for COVID, it would be my 9th Worlds, and I feel there is also now comes the realization that that year of COVID that we missed here is quite interesting in its own way. And actually yesterday I was reminiscing a little bit of that season that we had in the end. We just started the break of COVID, and how that event, world calamity, whatever you call it, had influenced the whole outcome going forward. So I definitely believe I have changed quite a bit.
So now that you did finally get to Montreal, have you been enjoying, I think you said you went for a bit of a walk the day before yesterday, and maybe you'll have
Yeah.
some more time here. What has your impressions of Montreal been?
It's quite modern. From what I had seen, I'm amused by all these towers. The weather is definitely having its trick on us. And I'm enjoying a lot to see, to be in a big city, in metropolis. On the other hand, I was feeling a little bit of nature, even though I went to the hill, which is literally in the forest, probably because it's time of the season. It just feels like it lacks the greenery I was really looking forward to, since it's already kind of springish at home. So, but this year the weather is it has its own agenda. So, but I really enjoyed the overall event because it was stressful. I had, as I said, quite a rocky road coming here, and I think overall it goes very positive, and it culminates in quite a nice positive feedback that I'll get going home. So overall very happy, actually.
I know some folks had put in questions ahead of time. If anyone wants to ask your question, yes, please.
I have a very strange question, thanks.
Go for it.
So there is something which is discussed in X, like a former Twitter, for the last several days. Some people were wondering what is the story about your short you are wearing on the short program, the black one.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people, they were just that is some theory, that it is not the actual figure skating shirt, that is something from Yves Saint Laurent. It's just a very important question, and people just asked me to ask you in person. I'm sorry.
Fashionable cut, so understandable why it would be very well connected, and it just fits, you know. So the greatest concern is to fight me off, because we had to kind of lock it down a little bit. But personally, it's my costume. It's something that was made to fit this program.
It's very cool.
And I think, I'm still not happy that we had to lock it a little bit. It's free, it's fashion, it flies, it has its own choreography, it works.
Yeah.
Thinking about your journey on the ice, what inspired you to first step on, and what moves you to continue skating?
Well, moments when they announce me from a different country. You invented a new country for me. That is something. My greatest unhappiness with myself throughout all my years is the difference between being fully competitive athlete with this greed for a result, and a pure joy that I experience not every day, but I aim for is when I'm home and I keep challenging myself and I actually get joy from what I do. So coming to competition is always associated with lots of fear, because you need to succeed, especially in short. You cannot win, but you can lose, and it's like you have to be consistent, and no matter how well you're trained, it's always in a moment. And I don't fully understand that moment yet. Even though I had skated so much, I still always have to get over it and always have to push it without really pushing it. It's hard to explain.
Mm.
So I'm motivated quite a bit by figuring out, just satisfying my curiosity and like feeling like I'm improving, feeling like I'm challenging myself and getting somehow better. And now I have pretty long career. I started as the youngest, and today I have, well, I'm definitely not the oldest, but it's a lengthy career. And what motivates me a lot is those moments when I can step on the ice and feel like this is a representation that culminates in all of my work. It's like this is a celebration, this is a holiday, this is a festivity. It's exactly this feeling of games and much more of you can detach yourself from personal greed. And that is what I'm searching, and that's what I remember. And then when like you people stand up, it means so much more. And it like the feeling is very overwhelming when it comes to the point of this, like you invested yourself and it paid off. It paid off way differently and way more satisfyingly to like there is certain sincerity and authenticity about it that I think sport and the culture and the way I understand it has this weight and material in my life. And I think this is the most kind of motivating factor to keep at it, keep coming and doing my best. And yeah, there's a lot of days that absolutely are garbage, but still, it's all worth it in the end. Even after acknowledging those difficulties, in the end you can smile. And that's what counts to me.
Thank you.
I'm not sure I answered your question directly. It took a wrong way.
It was a journey too.
I know.
Thank you.
Hi, thank you so much for talking to us. I've been a fan for a really long time, and for years now, I think all of us, when we watch your programs, we're enjoying it, we're connecting with you, and we're waiting for that spin. That sit spin that you do so amazingly well. And I was just wondering if you can tell us, how did it develop that way? And do you have a name for it besides the Deniss? And yeah, well, it's so cool.
It's because I was lazy. I kid you not. I used to work on my spins, and because I didn't want to jump. So I used to do my spins to pretend I'm working and at the same time not really working. And my dad, he used to come to practices once in a while because, well, after work or like he wasn't so often there, and my mother wasn't there, so I didn't need to really bend forward as the position is supposed to be. And I was doing this thing just to feel the sweet spot and enjoy myself and just, yeah, as I said, pretend I'm working. And my dad is like, wow, that's a nice one. And in the end, I'm like, hey, cool. Well, it's still a position. So, and then somehow from there, when I started paying more attention, it developed into this. But the foundation of it is my boredom. and my laziness.
Thank you for it. Do you have a name for it?
Taburetka. It was the way my dad called the Russian for the chair without the back leg, just taburet.
The stool.
Exactly.
Ah,
So that's kind of the real story what happened. So and yeah, I like for its speed. I like for always trying to put my knee because it's very easy to twist it in that position, and like to feel this when you're being spread and you have to hold it. It's quite satisfying feeling actually. So.
thank you. It's satisfying to see every time.
I know. I like especially when my tail goes like this. So,
Oh, and all the pictures, yeah.
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 I mean, when I had the ponytail, it was different, but it's good. That's why I end up always with the things afterwards sideways.
You said yesterday that you're looking forward to being a bit more of a regular person for a little bit after the end of the season. What are some of the things that you're looking forward to?
Well, on average, my day begins always, you wake up and you start doing things as an athlete. Like your morning routine is basically a workout. I just want to change it without being afraid that I haven't prepared my body for performance. I just want to feel like I wake up and I don't need to think about what I eat, how much to eat, what to work. Do I need to work certain amount of time? Do I have to make certain amount of steps? Do I have to burn certain amount of calories? Like, I really want to feel no need to follow the studies I still have to do, or for my athletic purpose I kind of live by. I just want to feel, yeah, free, not freedom from figure skating, but experiencing that, will I miss it in 1 week, kind of. Like, I just want to change up the routine, feel like a mess a little bit, like deliberately. Not messy, but deliberately change things up. And yeah, rediscover back that desire to skate and perform. Not by motivated, exactly as I said earlier, by personal growth part, but just there's different ways to achieve that. And I want to feel like I'm lacking figure skating more. Because year as year goes, it becomes way more difficult to stay at it with this zealous heart to keep pushing forward. And it's often kind of made up feeling that not always comes easy. And yeah, I just want to get back into, let's say 8 years ago, when I just basically got into the after my injury into the senior category, and there was this hunger to be there, to be in the center of the arena, to really feel like I'm achieving something that very few have an opportunity to. It becomes too much like I have been there, I have seen it. And I want back novelty of it. I feel desire to experience that something new, external, awoken, internal. I apologize, it's maybe a little bit complex, but I'm sure we all understand when you do something for so many years and it becomes like a routine and routine and routine, and you're very committed to it and often overdo things. It's just at some point you just need to just deflate, pierce the bubble, and welcome in a fresh new air in the already room that is just full of sweat and old air. So to put a nice plan there, you know, to clean up the air a little bit during the day.
since we talked about hair, do you have any plans to try other varieties of hairstyle in the future, or to repeat some past hairstyles, just in general?
Well, I went to one extreme of the hair of having it long. So now I would love to, if the opportunity presents, to get it very short. But it's more for the sake of feeling a certain character rather than for the sake of not experiencing the headache of always hair drying. But generally speaking, I'm more willing to get my backing bars, which is in another 10 years. So I'm looking forward to that wonderful moment.
So you're going to be in Japan for the whole Fantasy on Ice tour, which is fantastic. Are
Yeah.
there things that you're looking forward to either doing again in Japan or experiencing for the first time?
Well, we are still negotiating that I can end up in Kure in the middle of the show, in between the shows,
Mhm.
so that we finally managed to nail that trip. We failed previously, so but this is something outside the work. But I'm more excited, like honestly, so looking forward to discover what I'm going to skate. Because I kind of feel like, as I said, I want to get out of figure skating, but at the same time, I finished competition. I still am in the another country, and I'm already thinking about the next event. So you know, it's a little bit of a je suis taré. But yeah, I really look forward to start working. Wait, who asked the question? You asked. I'm still looking. I really look forward to start working on the new programs, or if I need to do something about it, because I think personal excellence that I was talking earlier, yeah. Not exactly, but yes. So,
Great.
no, Japan in summer, I just hope it will not be still super hot, because if you consider how today the global climate goes, and it's really like, we hit the records of everything. So, and it's towards the warmth, and Japan is quite warm and humid. Well,
At least you spend a lot of the time in an ice rink.
well, the problem is not to be in the ice rink where temperature is controlled, but to get outside where the temperature absolutely kills you, and then have a switch when you come back in comfort zone. So this switch tends to end up with some sort of issue with just the way your body reacts. At least that's the experience, and I hope I will be very wrong and very prepared physically.
Yes.
You talked about performing in ice shows like Fantasy on Ice and whatnot. Is there anyone that you haven't performed with on ice that you would like to perform with?
By having performed with someone on ice, I would like to perform with someone on the ice. Come again?
Is there anyone that you haven't performed with in the past that you would want to perform with?
Collaboration.
Collaboration, yeah.
Collaboration,
Mhm.
right? Well, the experience shows I'm extremely inconsistent in my choreography. So, if I need to stick to a plan with someone else and we both are responsible for the outcome, it feels like setting my own hair on fire. Because as much as I would love to experience skating together or sharing the ice and making a bigger story, I also recognize the headache that comes with it. And yeah, when I tend to forget things, I tend to make up things. So, and skating with someone is opposite of that. So I think for now, I am like right now, like this very moment, like present moment now, I think I will stick to my personal freedom of expression, and I'm sure that will change soon.
Thank you.
We have a question of what personality trait you're most proud of.
Hey, I'm very emotional. I'm absolute emotional wreck, honestly. The day depends on how I feel. And everyone kind of... and everyone kind of really feel me from a mile away. And sometimes it is quite a challenge to navigate my weather conditions internally. And I'm not also someone who, I like to stick to my gear outfit very regularly, so I don't have an opportunity to put a green sweater to be a green monster that day. So yeah, it's a little bit a tricky situation at times, but on the other hand, sometimes I can be hurricane on ice. You cannot understand what's happened. I'm just happy, I'm enjoying it, and as much as it sounds I'm really crazy because of the mood swings, it's a little bit less severe than that. But I think my emotional power is my superpower. Because of sensitivity and feeling and just generally passion. Like, I can't control it, even though I had a few books already behind me, yet when it works, it blows. And if it doesn't work, it's really flat. It's very low. So I'm really looking forward to understand this little mystery of mine and make the best out of it. But definitely being very emotional, like very having a deep heart that is my atomic reactor. And yeah, sometimes it's very toxic, but it also produces a lot of energy. So the eco-friendly.
Charlotte?
Oh, I was just speaking of summer plans. How can we persuade you to continue skating the Lion King for the next season? Because we all love it. For me, it was one of my favorite free program of yours, and it would be a shame to just see it once in here.
I know the feeling. Well, where I'm going to end up by the next season is still to happen. So today I think the program is not yet fully grown. I mean, I still need to tailor up the suit a little bit. And thankfully it's my skin, so that makes it easier. I definitely have a great desire to see it myself again. On the other hand, I also have wish to get back to what was and make that blues, this grooviness, really feel it. So internally I'm a little bit still fighting which camp I am, to the smart ones or to the beautiful ones. But eventually I hope I can combine one way or another and commit my brain, heart, body to one or the other. But the current program is, yeah, I would love to skate it again. But as I said, I also want to experience something else. And considering that I always skated to programs that were very, well, I don't want to say classical, but they lacked a little bit of techno oomph. So I was, during this event, I had joy to listen a little bit towards a really different kind of music that I usually perform to.
Mhm.
And it's more like a personal challenge that I would love to try. So, which decision will be made by the time I will be in the next season, I don't know. But definitely I will keep working on The Lion King. Off the record, if anything, for sure.
Good to know.
So, but yeah, it's something also very personal, very deep. And that's probably how we managed to, in less than a month, manage the whole program and make it competitive. And still, I felt it was artistic enough to feel like it was not just pure athletic performance. It was also very, very connected with the feeling of it.
Thank you.
I'm actually not sure I fully answered your question, but
Yes.
I tried.
It's a journey too.
Just confusion.
Because you were complaining yesterday.
I'm not complaining.
No. You were complaining the day of the short and the day of the free that the speaker mentioned that it was your 7th world, even though it's your 8th.
Yeah.
So, do you have memories of your first world championship? Like one of the
Yeah.
memories from the world, first world, when you were with your previous coach?
Ormanov?
Yes.
Yeah,
And then,
very good one.
yes. Can you share that? And then do you have a memory of Helsinki Worlds, our first Worlds there? And Shoma was also there. I remember I have a strong image of Shoma during those Worlds. I wonder if you have an image of the Worlds in Helsinki also. What memory do you have from those two Worlds, Boston and Helsinki?
One thing at a time.
Yes.
So the first from Boston was, for me, there was quite a few memories because they're just, yeah, it was my first world. And yeah, I was extremely scared to fail at the short. So it was already past 6 minutes. I started crying because I was afraid I will fail. And it was a big deal to be qualified for free program. So I started crying, whatever, and Mr. Romanov just shook me and it's like, suck it up. You go there, you do it, and then you can cry. And I skated a beautiful program. So, what do you know? And that was a very powerful kind of always preserve your magic energy, like keep it cool, relax, like don't throw away your energy through the whole thing. And the journey coming there was meh. But that particular moment was very memorable to me because it's actually the only time I cried in all my kind of career before competition. Like usually I approach it way more aggressively, and this time I was like softy. So that was a very strong image that I still remember when I was in that, putting on the Ritz costume and those blue beautiful curtains, and yeah, me in tears. But it all went good. And then we were trying to find how to watch it from upstairs, and then he was complaining because they wanted to have an ID to sell him a beer, and you know the whole story back there, how we were trying to watch it. We went on the completely up, how do you call it, like above, and yeah, that was my first time in such a humongous arena. So I was like, the whole that trip, the scale, the first time in North America, the first time in my entire, when I really didn't look forward to the canteen. And yeah, it was different time and very different experience, and yeah, the memory is quite still present, because also, well, it was first time, and my parents still had a very big influence to say what I was supposed to do and what I was supposed to achieve, so crying that day was a little bit out of character, but at the same time, it's absolutely me. Then we're talking Helsinki. Helsinki, I remember I was adamant to find a seat to watch the, it was, Yuzuru was skating, he made a clean program and everything, right, that day. So I ended up failing to find a seat, the stairs to seats. So I just said a few beautiful words. I went to the first, the thing I could, and he was last to finish, I think, and everyone were just looking. So no one was checking anything. I just went there and stood in the path to watch his performance, and I remember just, yeah, that moment is quite something, because it's the first thing to come. But I also remember a beautiful red wall that we had to go down to training rink, practice rink. There was a nice area there where Chris was sitting, right? You were there. And there was staff by the board telling me that I should, you know, accelerate, do something, because I was in my usual diesel engine, can't do much. So yeah, I have a lot of now actually memories flooding back to it. Just not all of them I want to share. No. I wasn't drinking coffee. Yeah, it was a big deal. I was an addict to tea. I could have 7 teas a day, so, and there I couldn't find tea, and it was before I started to travel with my own tea set. So that was a problem.
What's your favorite type of tea?
I would say I will settle not for favorite, but more versatile, always welcome, jasmine, dragon pearls. Because, yeah, there's a days I cannot drink green tea. I need black one, and there's a days I just avoid black at all costs, and it's all about a very nice, sweet-ish green tea without sweetness. It's a pain to brew sometimes. But jasmine just tend to be always beautifully, like, well-rounded and still fits in the box. So, yeah. I came here with my own. So. Yeah. Experience. Seasoned traveler.
So we have a game that we want to play with you, and as always,
this time is a little bit
unspectacular, maybe.
Don't judge it before it happens.
Yeah, no, it's just like a this or that. I just give you 2 options and you choose. And I first thought I involve all the fans, but it will be a bit difficult logistically. But in some of the questions, I will also ask the fans for their opinion, what they would choose. And let's actually start with, do you prefer the black or the pink shirt?
Pink as of pink or pink as a raspberry pink?
In general.
Well,
Then we ask everyone.
it's a long answer. Well, I love a lot the texture of both in different ways. Like today, the way I feel right now, I would pick a raspberry pink. I actually had not a long time when we changed the program. I had an adamant desire to find the same color a silky scarf. I don't know why. I cannot explain, but I went through every single scarf Steph has, and he has 3 boxes of those. So I was really on the search for that thing for some reason. So I guess right now I choose that one. But today is also Sunday, right?
Mhm.
So I think on maybe Tuesday I'll choose black one. So no, I love them both for different reasons. And yeah, I guess because we had to shorten it, I would really settle for a raspberry one.
So let's ask everyone. Like, raise your hand if your favorite Deniss costume this year was the black shirt. And raise your hand if it was the pink. But the red sweater, remember the red sweater is also an option. Or the red sweater.
Sounds like the forest of hands just collapsed.
All right. Do you prefer, while hiking up the mountain or downhill?
Up the mountain.
Up the mountain, can you explain?
Well, because if you have hiked enough, you know that it's easier to go up because you use way more your hammies,
Yeah.
hamstrings, that delicious jambon cru. But when you have to go down, you have to really, like, to stop. It's almost like on a jump, you really work out your calves and your quadriceps, and those things, yeah, tend to suffer much more afterwards. So going up is always easier than to go down. But again, it's a different kind of activity, different kind of what we are trained for. But going up, it in philosophy, I definitely prefer much more because you look forward to something. When you go down, you kind of see already everything. So,
Yeah, I just think you're definitely not a lazy person. Yesterday said you're a lazy person, but because a lazy person prefers to go down.
I think we all have a laziness to an extent, and I do tend to swing between extremes of like really pushing hard to the point when there nothing pushes, and then just need a recovery that I call laziness because you just. So that's probably what I say as a laziness, but again, it's a huge spectrum. Yeah.
Another one you will hate because you will say both, but see?
Well, hate is a very strong word.
You just said you hate these questions, but I'll talk to you a little more.
Yeah, I apologize for too strong of a judgment earlier.
Do you prefer first listening to classical music or rock music?
Well, it's another long question, long answer. I'll take rock today.
Okay, that's should we keep it that way?
Yeah.
All right.
Again, moods.
Exactly. Today is a rock mood.
And Tuesday will be classic.
I'll say
And to
Wednesday.
skate. And to skate too? Also depends the mood, huh?
I would pick classical one. Because if I put too much rock, my neck always hurts afterwards.
Oh yeah, this one I will also ask. Maybe ask the fans first. What do you want to like? What would you like to Deniss skate to again? Now you brought back the Lion King. So would you want him to do again Two Men in Love or the Tango short program that a lot of people loved? I know these are two programs people want to see again. So let's have them choose first. Would you like to see? Who would like to see Two Men in Love again? And who goes for the Tango short? So now your take.
I am Tango. I feel that program didn't get its fair share of growth itself.
Yeah.
And it's also Latvian music, Latvian composer,
Yeah.
Deniss Vasiljevs,
Yes.
right? So,
It's
yeah,
played by the interpreter.
yeah.
The violinist is Latvian.
But I would change the costume though,
Oh, okay. Why?
because I completely destroyed the previous one.
Okay. I think people loved it.
It was too delicate. It
That's why
didn't,
people loved it.
didn't mature well. But and today I don't think I will fit in it anymore. I kind of a little bit closet up.
Let's see.
But definitely I think I would choose the Tango.
Yeah, like maybe consider it, or at least like a similar direction. I think the next one you kind of more or less we touched on before, but would you rather, or like let's also ask their defense first. Would you rather have Deniss grow the hair again or grow a mustache? So all of you, who wants him to grow the hair again? Who wants to see the mustache?
There is those spots that I absolutely hate to shave. So I feel if I can avoid always cutting myself, I would settle for a mustache. But again, in order not to offend anyone, I'm choosing not the hair nor the mustache. I'm choosing a back and bars. Like a beautiful things here, look like a sandwich, but at least I will feel like checked the try the image, and yeah, maybe it somehow will stretch my face for it. I don't know, but for some reason I want a long coat and a back and bars.
Maybe give it another 20 years.
Well, and it's still like I am too blonde, so you don't really see the it's not.
Yeah. We all have something we want and can never
I know. That's why we want probably, because it's too difficult to get it, so we really want to have it.
Would you consider yourself more a winter or a summer person?
Hey. Well, absolute summer, but let's stick to summer.
But not over 30 degrees?
Yeah. I love, it doesn't matter which season it is, as long as I get sun like this. And when it's winter, I mind the reflection. I really mind when I have a joy to go out, yet I have to put the sunglasses. That I don't like so much. But on the other hand, when it's summer heat, that's usually when the sun is out. Yeah, I just don't like to carry a water bottle and feel thirsty, and not my cup of tea. Plus you have to hide from sun then, and I shrimp so easily. It's like, I think I would stick to spring or late like autumnish, like golden time, when the leaves already started to fall. It has a nice carpet of crust, like an artistic golden autumn, or beautiful young spring with beautiful buds. Yeah, I'll go these directions rather than these directions.
And the last one can be a bit philosophical. Do you prefer creating a beautiful gift for someone or get a very thought through gift?
I would say creation, because I feel more initiative-wise, and well, gift-giving culture is the way we share, the way we express ourselves, and I absolutely love receiving thought-out gifts, but making one, it's very different kind of joy that I feel much more fulfilling, and yeah, I would pick the sharing part rather than the receiving part, although both are always welcome and one cannot go without the other one. When you gift something to someone, you always receive back the joy you see in these people and personal feeling of also satisfaction for your effort. And I feel every time you give, you actually get more back, which, yeah, like making gifts, it's very physical, it's very grounded, and much harder is to receive something that is virtual, that is very perception based and mental. So, and I really like the untangible part, and that's a lot that connects also with figure skating. Like the way I see it, the performance is my way to give and offer all that work. So.
Thank you. So you just asked for the time?
Yeah, so we've got about 15 minutes, and we want to give you and stuff the presents that
then
they
we
have,
can have the
and then we
picture.
can have maybe a little time for some pictures, and yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.